Sorry. Well, welcome to Comic Core, everyone. And yeah, we're live. I guess hashtag gone too soon tonight for our pal out there. Oh my!
Okay, everybody turn the lights back on.
At least people, now he's got smoke.
God,
Stop your
right.
smoke alarm, Chad.
Okay, my eyes hurt now. I literally adjusted to the dark.
Cut the music.
Cut the music.
What's going on, guys? Just a shout out to our pal Paul. Hopefully he's doing all right. But yeah, we love us some Midwest Comic Man Paul. Definitely sub him up. Link's probably down below. Thank you, Chad, for the idea of a gag. I'll turn my light on shortly. But first, the only thing I want to see is that chat. Let's go to the chat. We got Caleb, Comics, Murphy. And the chat says, yo, I'm chilling with Legend. I'm sure something about Fat Chat or Fat Rat Cheese Factory. Love me some Comics Murph. How's it going, man? We also have, we got Robert, the comic book G-Spot Galvin. What's going on, our pal Robert Galvin? We got Chris Barrett saying, hey, true believers. We got from Bear Island. I think he's still reeling from the unboxing match. He's pretty beat up. We got Bear Island Comics. How's it going, man? We got from the future, the Prince. The uncanny Kyle Walker. How's it going, man? And I know this is one of Drew's favorites. We got Verge himself. We got Kakarot. He just said,
man,
WTF.
Oh, you better come to Baltimore, you salty son of a bitch. I missed you. I miss you.
We got Terry 23. How's it going, man? We got the Mastodon. He says, what the hell was that? Oh, I know he loves him some Paul. We got Mastodon Comics and Collecting. Oh, look at this. We got Silver Age Dave in the chat. How's it going, man? Long time no see. Always love us some Silver Age Dave.
See Metarog's creeping around there, too.
Oh, we got Metarog. Yeah,
oh, my goodness.
This is awesome. How's it going, Metarog? We got R.J. Taylor. He says, you guys are a sight for sore eyes. Man, we got a lively chat tonight, but let's go down our panel. I think I can see him down there at the opposite. Chad, is that you? I can't see. Chad, Comic Core Chad. How's it going, Chad?
Can you hear me? Okay, good. I'm doing good. It's a Friday night. I'm ready to talk some comics. I'm about to talk about a contest I think we have coming up. And you never know. And some big announcements on the channel. We're supposed to have two guests. One about that is going to be producing a new show on our channel.
Yeah, I just sent it.
No. So this is another guy too.
Oh.
And then we'll have another surprise too. And then also Legends should be joining us, and JD, if anybody wants to pop in, it's all happening. But I think our first guest is here. Hey, host, handle that.
Oh, we got a guest. We got, is that Nemesis Prime?
What is it?
Yes, it is.
Hey, man.
Yes.
What's going on, Comic Core? Friday night.
Nice.
What's going on?
Who's in the house? Oh.
First off, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Crispin cider out of a Very Gary Comics cup that I just got this past weekend at East Coast Comic Con. So make sure you guys check out Very Gary Comics on Instagram.
Gary right here.
Damn right.
Waffle win right here.
And so I'm drinking Proper 12.
Some McGregor.
There we go.
Jamie Ginger.
Awesome. I want to see that slab eventually, but we got JB. He's holding up slabs. What's going on, Discovery Bay Comics?
Oh, just living the dream out here in California, folks. Just trying to get this. I put an above ground pool in, and you know what happens to above ground pools in California when you don't have water circulating?
Yeah.
They turn green.
Ooh.
So I've got Hulk pool right now, and I'm dealing with that mess. But hey, it happens.
To that cannonball. Next up, we got
Painful.
Drew. We had fun in our tag team matches last night. So, Drew, what's your take?
My take, baby. My take, baby. I'm gonna tell you right now. My take is that we finally got that tag. First one. That's all we needed.
That was it.
It took 45 minutes, and the game glitched out.
When you give a double KO to Randy Orton, it breaks the game, it turns out. We broke the game. So that was fun. Next up,
we gotta play some more soon.
Oh, absolutely. Next up, look at this beautiful comic core shirt. I haven't seen the one with like the different sleeves and stuff. We got Paste Pot Pete himself. What's going on, JD?
Hey everybody, how's everything going? Good. Good seeing everybody.
Oh, they do ringer tees in that? What?
Hey, when you're old school, you're old school.
Yeah.
Oh no, I personally would have got it in bright yellow, but oh well.
Yeah, they didn't have all the good colors.
And then next up, we got Mark and Kat from Cat Run Figures, aka Cinema Figures. How's it going, guys?
Hi.
It's going pretty well.
Pretty good. And nobody asked yet, but I'm drinking Tito's with cranberry.
Nice.
Pretty good go-to.
Uncle Tito.
Yeah, Uncle Tito.
Nobody's
Good old
asked
Uncle
yet,
Tito.
but I'm eating Chinese.
And Mark's eating China.
Mark was eating.
And then our next guest, Cliff from Hanger House Productions. Cliff, can you hear us? Maybe
He
not.
fell off the cliff.
So
Wah, 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 wah.
while Cliff's joining us and jump, oh, he's calling me. All right, hey,
He's calling me. They're calling me.
hey, Carson, you take it. I'm gonna take this.
All right. So usually the way we start up before we do our old
Hey,
fashioned
I think I'm
grill.
doing something wrong. I have a black
Can you take
screen.
that outside?
And
Oh,
it
we can
says
hear him now.
Turn
Oh, we can
camera
hear him
on.
now. We
Okay,
can hear
I guess
you now.
The camera's turned on.
There you go.
There you go.
Hi.
Oh, okay, but why can't I see myself?
We can see you.
Can
You should
see us?
you should be in the little strip lineup with all of us.
All across the bottom.
Hello?
Look at the bottom. You
You
should
can
be in
see
the
me?
bottom
I
where
can't
you
see
each
myself.
one of us.
Yeah, we can see him.
Yeah, we can
We
see
can
him.
see you just fine, buddy.
Like
Can you hear us?
Okay,
You can hear us, right?
No, he can hear
I
Chad.
can't see anything or hear anything.
Oh, okay.
He can hear
I
Chad on
only
the
see
phone.
something.
Oh man,
Technical difficulties.
this is YouTube gold right here, folks.
Yeah.
YouTube right here.
Chat. I don't know if you know, but you are here for the first time that we have screwed this up in this
Okay,
particular
so
way.
when y'all haven't went live
So-
yet, right?
Oh, we are live right now,
Oh,
baby.
Oh,
live.
that's great. It's perfect.
We are live.
We are super duper live and incommunicado.
So let me drop the phone so I can talk live. All right, see.
I just want to thank everybody for joining us on this Comic Core Friday night, where we're live every single Friday night, live at 10 p.m. Eastern. You never know what's going to happen on the Comic Core. Absolutely love it. So until we get this kind of ironed out, usually we just start with our picks of the week. So we'll go ahead. JB, did you get a chance to read anything this week over in Discovery Bay?
Not modern, no.
No, I
But-
don't care if it's modern.
But,
It came from the
but
video.
you know, I just received something today that I'm really looking forward to reading, and I've never read it before, and it was a prize from Caleb the Comic Smurf Murphy. So I want to show it to you. Can I do that to you?
Sure.
Okay. Bam. Anybody read this?
Yeah, first appearance of Lobo.
I'm going to be reading this one right
Yeah.
now because I've never read it, and I'm happy to own it, and I won it in a Comic Smurf raffle. There was only two people in the raffle, so I had a really good chance. But it's his Patreon raffle. He does it every month.
Very cool.
So yeah, I didn't actually read anything modern this week. Sorry, guys.
Oh no, that's fine. We're just about
Good.
the comics period. No, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So big shout out to Caleb Comics for Murphy for
Right?
giving away a first logo.
Giving
That's
away
awesome.
a first Lobo.
It's a damn shame Jason Momoa played Aquaman because he'd be a really good Lobo instead of just a shitty Aquaman.
Now I saw the
Is that final? Is that finalized? Is that a done deal?
No, he would be Lobo. He would be a great Lobo, but he can't. He's the
He's
Aquaman.
already Aquaman.
No, not the Aquaman. I'm sorry. I was thinking about the other news that TiVo announced with The Rock doing Namor.
No, that's not going to come till I'd say Hall H for San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
That's what you think it's going to be, Namor?
It's either going to be Namor or Beta Ray Bill. Those are the two guesses I've heard.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't think The Rock is gonna sign on to do something where he can't show his goddamn face,
He's a
and
pretty
that's the problem.
I agree
He'd
with
make
you.
a great Beta Ray Bill.
Hello, and
Yeah.
welcome to the Comic Core, guys.
All right.
One thing, it is currently outside
All right,
issues.
hold on 1 second.
It
Hey,
is now also
can you hear us?
end of Game of Thrones, so we're doing a wrap up of the final episode
Wow.
of the final season of Game of Thrones. Yeah,
Who's watching Comic Book right now?
We can just
With last
Hey,
night's stream.
guys, I did a live stream the other day where I talked for 5 minutes without realizing my mic was on mute. So shit
You
happened.
got to check the mic.
Mike,
yeah.
Mike,
Wow,
JB
wow,
saved
this
my
was
ass.
awesome.
I would have kept
The
doing it.
host with the most.
See?
Yeah,
There we go.
I came in and he
whole,
and I had to tell him I said, "Dude, your mic's on."
There's two cats in this stream.
All right.
That's how I play that game.
so what
Yeah.
are you reading, Carson?
That really
Oh,
worked
what
out.
am I reading? All right, so I got a couple finds this week. Farmhand number 8. I don't want to spoil too much because our pal, the Great Legend, he loves this book. He's catching
Yeah,
up on it.
I think he's
So-
got on 6 or something. 6.
Yeah, so I'm on issue 8, which is the most current one. This has been maybe my favorite issue in the series so far, so I highly recommend it. It's been run on size cylinders. I was on Chad 90 miles from comics yesterday. We were talking Turtles, as he does every Thursday, about 8 p.m. every Thursday Eastern. So I ended up reading all these wonderful Turtle books. So Shredder in Hell number 3, specifically one I read the most recent. This is, I can't pronounce the guy's name. It's like Mateus Santaloco. He is writing and drawing this, and his art in this is absolutely amazing. It's been an awesome read. So if you guys want to see what we thought about that, head over to 90MF Comics. We talked the whole
Did he just
episode.
write a new book this week for IDW called Road of Bones?
There was a couple Eastman books that came out. Kat actually reviewed them on her channel. I haven't had a chance to read them yet.
He put out a book this week that I'm
Definitely want to
really
check those
into.
out. And then based on Drew's recommendation and Chad kind of seconding it, I started to pick up these Spider-Man life stories.
Oh,
Um,
such a good.
Yeah, so these are awesome. It's just kind of like if Spider-Man's life started in the 60s and the continuity actually just kept going. So by the time you get to the latest issue, the 80s, like he's pretty much in his 40s. He obviously, as you can kind of tell by the cover, we get some Craven's Last Hunt action. So that story took place in the 80s. So he experiences this life-shifting event in the 80s. And he also gets, he goes through Secret War. He gets the black costume. Meanwhile, he's a 40-year-old man trying to keep his marriage together, trying to take care of a couple kids at home. So I really like when, comics get kind of continuity crazy. So I've actually really enjoying this book. I'm probably going to add it to my pull list.
Best Spider-Man.
I
in a
agree.
decade.
I agree. I'll back up you guys on what you've been saying about it. So absolutely amazing. Plus it's Chip Zdarsky writing and Mark Bagley on there. I love me some Mark Bagley. Except for for some reason he draws Reed Richards like Ra's al Ghul. Don't know why, but hey, I'll
He always had the wingtips coming out of his hair.
yeah, exactly. So I thought that was a little weird. But the main things I have been reading this week, because I didn't have any pulls this week. So I have officially been binge reading Saga. So I got both hardcovers. So I smashed through the first hardcover in about maybe 3 days maximum. And I'm about halfway through hardcover number 2 because hardcover number 3 comes out the 29th. So I'm definitely going to try to get caught up on Saga. So if you guys have been living under a rock and haven't heard about this book, definitely check it out. It's amazing. You can kind of tell it's about a little kid you get to see grow up through the course of the book. And it's just, it's Brian K. Vaughan doing space things. It's batshit crazy. I absolutely love it. So those are my picks of the week.
Nice. I'll just say what I've read. I was all War of the Realms this week, all side issues of War of the Realms. All really good. I'm just going to point out a few ones. The Avengers Jason Aaron's doing War of the Realms. You have to get the Jason Aaron tie-in, which is a Jason Aaron done Avengers. It's actually a good story, but it's based around one character who we never really see, a gorilla. It's a pretty good storyline. You got the Strike Force, Land of the Giants. This one tells the story that it came out this week, but it kind of follows what went on a couple of weeks ago before. It's well done. Tells kind of the background of, you got some great action here with Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Cap, and the modern defenders of Luke Cage and Iron Fist. He gets annoying Iron Fist in here. I think it's because I think of that stupid TV show. Really cool. Journey to Mystery brought back the original Ghost Rider right there, or they like to call it. Man, it's like old Western Moon Knight. I love that. That was a great line in here. So that was nice. It brought back the original Ghost Rider. And New Agents of Atlas, which is kind of like this new group based out of Asia that is pretty amazing. Good group together. It actually flows really well. Greg Pak is really writing this one to heart, and it's going really good. But my pick of the week is going to be Venom. Cullen Bunn, not Donny Cates. Cullen Bunn, Venom by far. He set the bar that Cates better follow. Because as much as everybody's going to say Cates was great on Venom, yes, he was. The first 8 issues were great. But this is the best issue of the bunch so far.
Wow.
There you go. Awesome. My own opinion, though.
Guess I picked the wrong time to drop Venom. Whoops.
Yes, you did.
All right, next up, we got Kat. Did you guys get a chance? First off, I want to know, Mark, it's been a while since you had a pick of the week. Did you get anything cool recently?
Yeah, sure.
Any little picks? No? Nothing? Okay.
I mean,
Oh, look at that. There you go. Mark's pick of the week. I love it.
You got an alien.
Kat, did you get a chance to read anything?
So, I picked up 2 books that were in this alien just jumped off the back of the couch. But I actually got 2 books that just came out this week, and I'd say arguably you should probably read them together. But my pick of the week is Radically Rearranged Ronin Ragdolls, which Ninja Cats, done by Kevin Eastman. If you're not even if you're not like a hardcore Eastman fan or a hardcore Turtle fan, I mean, it's Ninja Cats. You're really not going to get much better than that. It's as ridiculous as it sounds. It's really silly, but you can tell there's a lot of love thrown into this issue as well. But something that I've been reading today that I've thoroughly been enjoying. I'm not done with yet. But I think one person on the panel will recognize this. So this is Shanghai Red, the trade. So
Very nice.
JD, thank you for this. Shout out to 2 girls and 1 comic.
Yes, coming
It's,
soon.
Coming soon to a comic core near you.
What do you think of it so far?
It's good. Like, I flipped through it at first and I was like, I don't really like the art. And then I started reading it and I'm like, okay, I see why the art's like that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. It's cool. Thank you. And there's another one, the other Eastman book that came out this week. Did you see that?
Drawing Blood.
Yes. I was going to get that and I put it back and I says, if it's here next week, I'll pick it up next week just because I wanted to keep the budget down for this week. And it was War of the Realms, but I wanted that. And the guy said, get it, you'll like it, get that, and get the Road of Bones by a guy who writes the Ninja Turtles sometimes for Eastman. So
I would say, arguably, if you're going to read it, you should read Drawing Blood first because it's kind of like the creator's story.
Okay.
And then they reference the Ronin Ragdolls in that.
Oh, okay.
But then the Ronin Ragdolls is its own self-contained story because that's the story that they're creating and that they're talking about in Drawing Blood.
Okay.
So I think the 2 are really good companion books together, but if I had to pick one or the other, I would definitely go with the Ronin Ragdolls.
Cool. There you go. Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. So definitely last but certainly not least, we got Nemesis Prime. Did you get a chance to read anything this week?
Yeah, actually, I caught up on Naomi. I read the latest issue, Naomi number 5, and actually, I was just on with the a 3-man show, and I mean, I'm just going to show off real quick, but I was able to pull from CGC Unboxing. I got a couple of these Naomi #1s and 9.8s, and also Naomi #2s and 9.8s. But another book that I really liked this week was Detective Comics 1004. They do the origin of Arkham Knight, which actually is really good for a character first origin appearance. So I definitely recommend picking that up and reading it. It's really interesting.
I thought that was really campy, the way that they did it, but not in a bad way. I felt that it was
not like Tom King way.
No, not Tom King is not campy. He's just up his own ass. It was fun. It was kind of a little bit cheesy, but in a way that you're like, yeah, no, that's the way a Batman villain should be. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I like Tomasi, and I think he's spinning a nice little web over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I heard Tech 1004 was really good though.
I enjoyed it. Got this Mark Brooks cover. I can't decide whether I like it or not. It's pretty, but it's like
acting cover.
Yeah, but it's the monochrome really bugs me. It's like stop doing that. DC.
I mean, they're two connecting covers with like Satana.
Yeah, I got them both.
Yeah. Are they just the variant? Is it the B cover or is it a?
It's the B cover.
Oh, I'd see if they're smart, they do a whole nother issue of something. Yeah. You know, well, there you go.
This was definitely my pick early on was Venom. I thought JD, I completely agree with you. I thought that was great. Yeah, I got a lot of great stuff this week, man. I'll tell you what, I've been flipping through these. Some stuff. Superman family. I'm on a kick where anytime I find Crypto the Super Dog on a cover, and he's right down there, and you get a swastika. It's like, this is a weird cover already. I'm going to go ahead and buy it. But I actually been flipping through and reading these, and there's a lot of fun stuff in here. I picked this one up too. He's like, take off, Superman. I can solve my own problems. No, dude, there's a skeleton. You're going to die. Don't do that. So that's been good stuff. And I got a CGC unboxing as well, where I was really happy that my Saga #1, speaking of Saga Seawood, came back nice. 9.6. Nice. And that I got a 9.6 as well on that Batgirl that I found for $5.
Yeah, I saw that on your channel. Congratulations.
Yeah,
on
man.
That
so yeah,
$5.
Really cool.
And then to get it graded is 9.6. That's awesome,
dude.
Man.
I was happy with that. So especially so far after the fact, that book got hot quick, and then it just kind of stayed up there. But happy to have it.
I'm going to share one of my unboxings this week from CGC. I'm just going to share one book because some of you guys have seen this before. This is my favorite.
Is that Eerie?
Eerie. It's my favorite hand
cover
I've ever seen, and it was a Jim Steranko's only one he ever did. And I took this to Planet Comic-Con, and this is from 1970, I think it is. And Eerie Comics notoriously hard to do, and this is a completely black cover, except right over here outside of his signature.
Wow!
There's a Dracula in the background. It's just a great story. But when I gave this to Steranko after listening to him chat for 20 minutes, it was off because he was worth it. He was hitting on Liz the whole time. But he put here, and on the label it says, signed to JD, best regards by Jim Steranko in the date. So
that's awesome.
Cool. And it's Jim Steranko. And the story behind this is just a great story. When I do an unboxing of my signature series coming up, and I'm going to ask Mr. Carson to help me out with that. All my unboxings, I'm going to get my 12 signature series books, and a story is going to come with probably about 5 or 6 that are really cool. So,
wow,
Jim Starlin story, a Bagley story, which is funny, and the two Steranko stories, and there's a really cool Claremont Bob McLeod story.
Nice. Yeah, speaking of Steranko, if we get a chance to meet Ty Templeton, I think he's going to be at Baltimore Comic-Con. We got to ask him about the time that Steranko punched Bob Kane right in the face.
Jim will tell you the whole story.
Yeah, nice.
He told us the story that weekend. I mean, we were talking about a con in Westchester that I went to, and with Buscema was there, so it's 1999 probably when I was doing that, and he was like, I remember that con. We were laughing because he's like, I remember that thing. I says, yeah. Do you remember throwing that ashtray? Fucking you see his ashtray across the room to try to hit Bernie Wrightson because he was drawn over the mural. It was great. He goes, I don't really talk about that much. I was angry. They were drawing over my mural. So it was funny.
That's awesome.
Jericho, though. He's also all of 5'2" and 100 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, and he jumps over the table like it's. He's in his 80s and he's still jumping.
Well, with his hair curled back, he's about normal size. But yeah,
that hair is pretty yeah. Dark sunglasses. He hasn't changed his look since freaking Nixon. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't have a pick of the week, Carson, because I literally picked up all my books today.
Well, pick one.
Come on.
Pick one out there.
Just pick one out and talk
Go
about
with
it.
the best
So,
cover.
I'm excited about the Daredevil books.
Oh, Daredevil is so good.
Chip Zdarsky.
I love the fact that this cover.
Ooh.
Yes. Drawing blood.
And I'm my pick of the week. DC is removing Tom King from Batman.
Gone too
85.
soon.
Your pick is any other writer. Okay.
Yeah. So, but apparently they gave him a Batman book anyway. So they're giving him Batman and Catwoman. So
yeah, it turned out it was a work. They worked us, Chad.
Jim
He had his chance.
ruins it.
But
Or we'll be a week away from Swamp Thing though.
So I guess I'll talk about it real quick since Cliff unfortunately was having technical difficulty. Clifton is with Hanger House Productions. They will be they have something called the Deadlands, and it's a post-apocalyptic world where vampires have taken over and the humans are more or less slaves. And you also have a whole Mad Max version of the humans too that run this Deadland area. It's going to lead up into a motion picture that they're working on, but they are creating a web series which will be premiering here on Sunday morning, probably around 6 a.m. But it will be on there. It is going to be a 2-minute episode, and then the following week will be episode 2. I don't know how many episodes it's going, but that's who Cliff was, who was having technical difficulty, and we'll have him on the show soon enough. With that being said, let's talk about our other guests. JB, he's all yours.
Yeah. Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you, JB.
Oh man, I'm not a guest. What are you talking about?
I said
Oh.
our guest is all yours.
Oh, Justin's our guest, right?
Yeah.
No. Hey, I was actually just over on 3 Minute Basement. I had to change my shirt because that's how I roll. And if you guys aren't watching that show is hella fun too, man. That chat was on fire. Justin is you're kind of known for the Variant Tuesday, right? You do that Variant Tuesday thing?
Yeah, I do a variant spotlight on 3 Minute Basement, whether it's just posting the top variants for the week or even when I do my variant hauls, I do all variant books.
Justin, where are you from?
Jersey. I'm in
Jersey?
Yeah, I live in Carteret, New Jersey.
So do you go to Secret Stash often?
No, it's kind of far from me. I'm in the Union County area, so if you guys know, my local comic shop is Clockwork Comics and Cards. I do hit up, of course, Zap Comics. If you guys know New Jersey, that's the biggest one.
Edison?
There's one in Wayne, and then there's one in Manalapan. The main one is in Wayne, New Jersey.
Wayne, that's one Wayne. Okay, I've been out to that when I was living on the East Coast.
So we do a lot of rapid fire around here, so everybody's going to probably throw questions at you, so just bear with us. But I got to announce the 17-time world champion is finally here. The man with the beard, the champ that runs the camp, the beanie that keeps on weanieing. I don't know. I'm out.
Chad, you're terrible.
Oh, shit.
Here we go. Oh, no.
The great legend.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my
There you
stuff
go.
was on mute, man. Great to be here tonight. Thank y'all so
Gotta
much
check
for
the
having
mic.
me. Always, amen to that. I should have known from the best on the Discovery Bay, baby. One of the greatest channels out west, the best, Discovery Bay Comics. But hey, you know what, man? I don't even remember. Oh, Power Hour, man! I was on the Mega Power Hour. We were Mega Power. Biggie Shack was there. Macho Head 84. Man, we were rocking and rolling, man. It was a lot of fun. But it's good to be here. Thanks. Woodard, how you going? How's it going, man?
Oh, we're just happy to have you, man. Before I get into more, I have some questions for Nemesis Prime. But before we do that, I want to get into the chat because it's popping over here. We owe this guy a big congratulations. He just crossed legend. He just crossed 2,000 subscribers. We got Joe Ryan Comics in the chat.
Joe Ryan! Joe freaking Ryan! Joe flying Ryan!
We're gonna be getting Joe on the show.
Very quick. Didn't he just pass 1,000? Man, that was really quick.
Yeah, he's already having a 2,000 subscriber contest. So that's what I was gonna say. Check his channel out.
He's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful man.
Here's the thing. We were trying to get Joe Ryan. Actually, Chad was the biggest. I was just always a big fan of the Joe Ryan. But we were trying to get Joe Ryan on the Comic Core fans. But man, Joe Ryan has put so much time and passion into his channel, man. He's been pouring his heart and soul into it. And if there's one guy that deserves 2,000, hell, man, if there's one guy that deserves 2 million, is Joe freaking Ryan.
I remember Joe Ryan being on the show just a couple of months back, going for that 1,000 button the sub contest. So congratulations, man, and everything you deserve. I think you would probably have 3,000 by now if you were on the unlimited. And
you damn right he would.
I don't know. Being on unlimited, he'd probably be at 1,000 still. No, I'm just kidding.
B. Show Bernski.
Joe Ryan, get me on your live show. We got 5,000.
We still got more chat to go through, guys. We still got Caleb Comics Murphy saying points. Shout out to TiVo there. We got Who Dat Comics and Movies. What's going on?
That's right.
He joined me on the Turtle Show last Thursday. I talked about previously. We got Bob World, one of the
Bob in the house.
He helped us
Bob,
with graphic
Bob
as well. We still got Silver Age Dave. He's still rocking the chat. We got Chris Barrett. He says he's always popping. See, Chad, he remembers your catchphrase too.
2 million for Dave, baby.
We got Brett Hess Art. You guys want some good quality art, definitely check out his Instagram. We got the Mastodon Comics and Collecting. 3 Men in a Basement. He says it's in Red Bank. Talking about that comic shop previously. We got Joe 47771. What is going on, Joe? RJ Kakarot, Ruben Nieves, Sam I Am Comics. So just love going down the chat. And we got Brandon Stawinski in the chat, one of the best auctioneers around.
Brandon in the house.
And we don't have Paul Midwest Comic Book Man. Gone too soon.
Way too soon.
Gone too soon.
Dude, gone too soon.
Right,
OMG, is he ever going to be on the show?
I want to get back.
I remember these, man. He would go months without even being on Blast or Stash It. I didn't know if I'd missed the man's funeral. So people, give some love to Midwest Comic Man. Give him some subs.
And if you want to see his funeral, just rewind to the beginning of the show, and we had an in memoriam for Paul. It was sad.
Yeah. We may premiere it again. Just stay tuned.
Oh, and we got one. I got to shout out one more. I'm sorry before we continue. We got. He's just waiting for the right time. He knew I was shouting at the chat, so then he put in his comment. We got
ready.
Bake the Snake. Love me some Bake the Snake. But anyway, I want to get back to our guest. So Nemesis Prime, Justin. I noticed on your wall you got a lot of cool stuff. You got some prints and original art. What do you like to collect at the end of the day, man? I love me some prints and original art myself. So, what's some of the stuff you're proud of and like to collect?
I mean, as you can see in the wall, I mean, it's all Gotham City Siren stuff. I mean, that was one of my favorite series from DC Comics. So it's all about Harley, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman. But as far as collecting, I mean, I'm all about the sketching and variants, of course, because I am the original variant whore. As you guys know, if you guys follow me on IG, I started the hashtag variant whore. If you guys check out anything, always variant whore on variant covers. But I love original art. I'm a big sketch guy. So if anything that I get, anytime I go to a con, I am all about looking for, some artist to do an amazing piece for me. I mean, if you can kind of see in the background, the one, it's got Batman and the girls. That one's done by Crees Art, CRESS Art. And the other one is actually, if you guys can see it from afar, that's actually done by Tony Daniels. That one was an original Wizard cover or like thing that he did for Wizard and it's got all the girls on it as well as Batgirl, and I picked that up directly on his website. So I love original art because I mean I may never really be able to own an original cover, but I'll take a sketch, I'll take anything like that. So
one recommendation if when you're
Of
getting
course.
art, I'm going to do a recommendation. It's
I know you will.
Look for cover prelims. They are covers. They're just
Yes.
prelims of the first ones, and you can find a variant cover of Annihilation by Gabriel Dell'Otto for under $100.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Very cool.
So you never know what you can find when you go to these places. Look for cover prelims. It's something that I recommend for those that are dabbling into original art. That if they want covers cost a lot of money. I mean, depending on the cover, a Frazetta cover the other day piece just went for $5.4 million. So think about that. Versus, even the average ones go for over $5,000 for any of the Silver Age gold ones. But Gotham City Sirens is more recent, would probably be in the about $1,000 to $2,000 range. But cover prelims are pretty good, and a lot of times you can get them at any con at a deep discount.
Justin, Mets or Yankees?
Oh, Yankees.
My recommendation, by the way.
Yes, I knew I liked this guy.
There's the sketch.
Yeah, I had to show you this, Nemesis. This is my sketch recommendation. Ty Templeton does some phenomenal Gotham City Sirens.
Nice.
Cheap. So you don't need to pay JD's millions of dollars while
Hey, I go to cons. I get a lot of artwork done for $40.
Yeah, you got some good stuff too.
Hey, so you said you go to cons. What cons are you hitting this year, and what have you hit?
So far this year, I just hit up East Coast Comic Con in Jersey this past weekend in Secaucus. I will be hitting up Terrificon in Connecticut in August as well. Probably the Keystone Comic Con, which is out in Philly. This is their second year. I hit them up last year. It was actually pretty funny. First year show, it was down in Philly, and I was actually down there for my bachelor party, and I didn't know, and ended up going there like the second day into my bachelor party. So that was actually pretty cool that they had a con, and I'm like hungover, and I'm like, hey guys, let's a couple of people, let's go to the con. So we're strolling through the con, and I'm just like checking out stuff. I'm like, that looks cool, and I'm like seeing the artists. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And it was just like, it was tons of fun. Of course, New York Comic Con, that's the big one that I go to every year. Have not missed one in the past, I'd say 7 years. I got to get back to Baltimore Comic Con. I have not been there in a couple of years, but Adam Hughes always goes. I got tons of books, tons of variants that he needs to sign. So I may be there this year.
Well, if you go, we have a booth.
All right.
The Comic Corps will have a booth, and we'll be doing live interviews the entire time. So you are more than welcome to join us at any point.
We're gonna have a booth. We're gonna have a booth, but not a John Wilkes booth.
Why don't you talk about the contest, Phil?
He's from the Baltimore area. John Wilkes.
Yeah, he's probably from your house.
He's actually John Wilkes booth house is like literally like 3 blocks from where I work. It's crazy,
God, man.
He shot the president.
He killed Lincoln
in Baltimore, Maryland. Man,
gone too soon.
I guess
it's a dangerous place. Maybe JD don't come here.
God, JB, this is off the rails, JB.
JD, with that being said, why don't you announce it?
Yeah,
because you're the biggest giver us all.
Okay. So the goal, what we're doing is, and I'll just do the highlights first, and Chad will get into the details. The main thing is about this contest is that Comic Corps this year wants to take somebody along to hang out with us at Baltimore. And so we're going to be running a contest from now until probably, we're thinking mid-August, probably. So it gives you 2 months. We'll be flying you if you have to fly. If you need an Uber and you're really close, that's something else we can work on, whatever. We're going to get you to come hang out with us at Baltimore Comic Con. Now, the rules and everything else about the contest, that's all going to come from Chad and everything else. But I think we're just more or less going to announce the contest that this year we want to broaden the Baltimore Comic Con into a bigger, combine the love that everybody felt in C2E2 with the group that was down at MegaCon to the, John's Comics with Kids out there and the Anaheim Con and everything. So, really cool. Chad?
Well, if we get enough support and enough people show interest, we may actually do 2 first place and second place winners But the long story is, the ultimate goal is you'll be coming with us from October 18th through the 20th in Baltimore, now in Inner Harbor. Drew, do you want to tell us some highlights of Baltimore?
Yes, in Baltimore, you can enjoy fabulous drinks and foodages at all kinds of different establishments. They got crabs. They got
Yeah, I bet they got crabs.
islands. But we ain't going to take you to that side of the city. You're going to stay away from the west side, and you're going to stay away from burning CVS's. If you are cold, there's no Chinatown in Baltimore. But I can't take you to a white trash paradise we like to call Dundalk.
Is it karaoke?
There's karaoke all over.
So the contest will start this coming Monday. We're going to put out a video probably on Sunday. It's going to be a premiere video. I'm going to need a lot of help from all the Comic Horror shows and hosts and members to put something together, and we're going to get the details. But 1, you have to make a video. 2, you have to be a sub. 3, you have to be over 18 years old. Because
21 preferably.
I'm not catching another one. I can't go back, man.
21.
I got priors. Okay, 21. You have to be 21. I don't have priors.
Yeah, I would say 21. There probably is. I'm guessing there's going to be alcohol involved.
Yeah, so you have to be over 21.
21. And you go.
Because you have to be over 21 to fly by yourself, don't you?
No.
Sure. No.
Make up rules. Go ahead, Chad.
Okay, so it's over 21, and the details of what the video has to be about the core and the giving aspect and everything to that'll be in the video that's coming on Monday.
But we just want to give a heads up that we're thinking about everybody, talk about Baltimore, and we've got really cool Nemesis Prime bringing that up, and I think that's cool. I'm a big fan of cons myself, and hanging out with you guys at cons makes it even that much better. So,
and the cool thing about this one is we've actually partnered up with the Heroes Initiative, and the artists and creators that the Hero Initiative are going to be bringing in and supporting throughout the con will be doing exclusive interviews, sketches, and signings for us at our booth as well. So
time with me and Greg Land, I can guarantee that we're gonna get a drink or two.
So there's going to be some.
Who's your Greg Land? I love that guy.
If you want to be a part of it, even if you're not chose by the contest, please hit us up. We'll still give you the information and even try to include you in some way or way if we can. All right, I'm out of breath. I'm fat.
I got another question for our guest Justin. So, kind of to steal a question from our pal Tony Sanders. Is there a certain grail or piece of art or commission you're looking for that you're just dying to get, at a commission this year or anything like that, or a grail you're looking to obtain this year?
Well, actually, of course, everybody does their want list books. My 2019 want list books, 3 of them were variants, 3 of them were keys. The biggest one this year was Brave and the Bold 28. I actually hopped on that. I got that this past year in a 3.0 CGC, so I was really excited to get that. Right now, I am working with. I'm a big Zenoscope guy, so I like a lot of those variant covers. So, and I've gotten sketches from Elias Chadzudis, Mike Crome, Mike DeBalfo, Ryan Kincaid, just to name a few. I actually talked to Elias Chadzudis at AwesomeCon in DC a couple weeks ago, and he's actually going to be doing a big jam piece for me. We're going to start it now, and I told him, no problem. You can finish it in either Philly or New York Comic Con. So I don't want to give too much away, but he's going to be working on a nice front and back cover, a couple of head sketches or busts of a couple characters. So it's going to be pretty amazing when I actually get it.
And Zenoscope is one of
nice.
Just the lady from Lady Death to, I like the Jungle Girl stuff that was going on in there. Obviously, something about it, but it's good. I'm a big fan of that stuff. I assume you heard a couple of the names of the artists there, and I'm sure it's just going to be something that's pretty well endowed women and really good stuff.
Yeah, no, of course it's all definitely women, so I'm excited.
Yeah, very cool. So Oh, I'll be running.
All right. So I have 2 questions for our guest. First off, you said that you were a Gotham City Sirens fan. I myself am a Sirens fan. Which one is your favorite if you had to pick one of the 3?
Ooh.
That's a hard one, I know.
I know. I gotta go with Poison Ivy because if you guys follow me on Instagram and seen a picture of my wife, she's got the red hair, so she embodies Poison Ivy to me. And I've just been always a big fan of Poison Ivy. I think Pam's an amazing character. I think she's got a great backstory. She's always been fun watching on the animated series. So I really just wish they would do her justice in a movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. Uma Thurman did a good job in the Batman movie, but they definitely need to bring her full force at some point.
Hey, Justin, when you have your books signed at some of the cons and everything, do you ever get them slabbed or you just put them in the Mylar?
Oh, no, absolutely. They go CGC.
Gold label. I love the gold label.
Oh, yeah. I may have... I do have a couple here. Give me like literally 5 seconds and I'll I got some books. I got some books. Hold on.
Gold label right there, baby.
Oh, Middle West. All right. I do love a good gold label. CGC, CBCS, whatever gold I can find.
I got CGC books all over this.
Hey, Justin, can you tell everybody?
Can
you tell everybody in the chat the timeline that you gave us on that on the books that came back to you, because that's unbelievable.
So I dropped off 13 books at AwesomeCon, which was, I guess, the end of April. CGC received them. They were all modern books. They were just modern books. No signatures. Fast tracked them. They received them May 6th. They were shipped back to me May 13th.
Damn.
7 days. I kid you not. I can send you screenshots of that. It was amazing. 7 days. Fast tracked. Unbelievable. So
I'm gonna have to remember that.
How many books do you send to CGC a year?
I mean, it's been growing. I would say at least, this year alone, I think I'm up to about 50 between books that I'm keeping for myself and books that I'm selling. So
where do you sell most of your books at? On IG?
Yeah, probably. No, actually, mostly my eBay. But I am going to start posting more on the Instagram. So giving people better, between Instagram or even on the couple different groups that I'm in.
CGC website that is great for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What's your eBay store?
It is X Trunks Stang 99 GT. Very old name.
God.
Yeah. All right. I'll look it up in a second, but so I'll just pull a couple of books that I got signed. These were actually done at New York Comic Con last year. This is the worst story ever. I will never press anything with CCS ever again. So if you're a presser out there, you have my business. I had 3 books that were going to get signed by J. Scott Campbell at New York Comic Con. I had to press at least 2 of them, but I figured I might as well just press them all just to make sure that I get good grades. That was October of last year. I did not get these back, and I did not do my reveal until April of this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes,
I did the same thing at Comic Con last
6 months.
It was a 6-month turnaround, yeah, to get my
CCS.
And I'm not a fan of their
it back for CCS.
and I don't think that prop pressing is that much better that it should take that long. I mean, but there are some places that you go to outside of there, well-known prep presses that are also about a 6-week turnaround, but a 6-month turnaround at CSS, so whatever they're called, CCS. I won't do it.
No, yeah, I will never.
In the community, who do you guys recommend pressing? We've got Paul.
I'm using Paul.
We've got Erod.
Erod from the Warriors, really
Right.
good.
Who else is pressing?
From
Strictly Comics, Houston.
Strictly Comics. Yep.
Yeah.
Strictly Comics.
GPAP's pressing.
GPAP in
GPAP.
Canada, Newfoundland.
Okay.
If you're in the Newfoundland area.
Or Canada in general.
Who else is a presser?
I'll eat my guy.
I know Canadian friends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
four-way
Justin,
black.
who do you use?
I use the comic book presser. That's his name, the comic book presser on IG. His real name is Chris. He does an amazing job. I've been using him for at least 2.5 years. My local comic shop owner, he uses them. A couple of my guys here in Jersey use them. I just
Is
sent
he
a
a
bunch of
local
stuff.
guy? Is
He's
he
in
local
North
to-
Carolina. He actually used to be on the West Coast, but he moved for his job, and he's now down in North Carolina.
Mm.
Because it's an art. I mean, you can't
I
just
have a local
watch
guy
YouTube
here.
one time and think you're going to start pressing freaking books. I mean,
I have a
some
local
people
guy
are,
here.
putting moisture on them. Some people aren't. Some people are steaming it. There's all kinds of stuff.
I just don't know if I could ever do it. I probably would never do it.
I won't ever buy a press or do it myself. I know people are talking about it. Like, why don't you just do it yourself? I'm like, fuck no, man. I deal in the golden age. I give that to pros.
Oh yeah, no, I would.
My books would be on fire if I tried to
Right?
press it myself.
My wife leaves the curling iron on. There's a 90% chance that press is going to ruin it.
I've got a question for Chad. Chad, how do you press your books?
Oh, I don't. I just put them in a box.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
I see it. I mean, I literally don't even bag and board them.
I actually just got 2 books from Erod that he had he pressed for me.
Oh, nice. What are those books?
He was doing the auction and he said, "Hey, if you win these items, I will press them for you." One of them is Adventure Comics, number 260.
Yes.
Oh,
nice.
That's awesome.
Mhm. God, look at those classic covers. That's cool.
And then everyone's going to recognize this one. This one's going up on the wall, and it turned out great. I mean, the pressing on this turned out great. I actually might send it in. It looks so good now. Hulk 102.
Wow, look at that. That's a cool one.
And Erod pressed him as part of the, it wasn't any extra to press him. So that's kind of cool.
Now, Justin, being close to the New York Warriors, have you ever met those guys?
No. I mean, I see the I kind of see them at our local show. There's some local shows here in Jersey. There's one in Clifton, Wayne, and Hasbrook Heights. They usually stop into those shows every now and then. So I see Biggie and his crew sometimes there. I know they were at East Coast this past weekend. Unfortunately, they were there Saturday. I was there Sunday, so I didn't get to meet see them there. But they're always at those New York, New Jersey shows.
So I do have an announcement for Baltimore that I forgot to tell everybody. Chuck and Lindsay are coming with us. So.
Awesome!
Oh, for real?
Damn.
Damn.
Justin, that's what I was talking about. Chuck Lotta Comics.
All right. So I'm heading out, everybody. Thank you guys very much. I got to go do that.
Thanks, JD.
JD. Bye, JD.
Someone may be catching in Comics in the Bank tonight on your other show over there, so we'll see.
I saw some of the spoilers for The Hunt tonight.
Oh,
Man, I gotta get on that Hunt show. So I can leave
Batman
early,
ice
too.
cream.
Yeah, shout out
Mark
to Tony
Egan.
Sanders.
And
There's
ice
a phenomenal show called The Hunt, 11 p.m. Eastern on Friday nights. It's like every other Friday, but
put the camera on Mark. He's eating the ice cream. Put the
Oh,
camera.
yeah.
No, let's not talk about Tony
Dark
Sanders
Knight.
until he's on
Dark
the
Knight chocolate
from
brownie
DC.
ice cream.
chocolate brownie ice cream. There's my one person.
I gotta get some. I gotta get some.
They got 5 flavors out now.
All right, sorry. Back
Joker
to
and
Justin real
Harley.
quick. I got another question for Justin. I know that you said you've done a lot of CGC this year. And
Yeah.
You're selling them on eBay. Is this like your side hustle, or is this your what's going on?
Oh yeah, no, this is definitely my side hustle. I mean, of course, I do get some stuff slabbed, so I'm ready for the Lords of the Long Box auction. So last time I had a X-Men 101 that went off. I had a first Carol Danvers. This time around, we're getting our books together. I do have some nice books ready and waiting for the next Lords of the Long Box auction. So be looking on the event. Try now, got some first appearances, some keys. So check that out. But I do have my books that I did have from J. Scott Campbell. So I just want to show those off real quick. So this was a 1 in 50 Domino #1 signed by J. Scott Campbell. Unfortunately, it came back at 9.6. Even pressed, I was actually shocked about that. The next one, this is a Deadpool versus X-Force #1. This one actually came back at 9.8. This one's really cool. It's got the gold signature done by Campbell, just going right down the line. I mean,
Yeah, that's nice.
This book definitely needed the press, and I was really happy about that. And last but not least, the Inhuman #1 with Medusa. This one actually also came back at 9.8. So I was happy to have at least 2 out of 3. These were really high variants. These were 1 in 50s. So of course that's what I love to see. So 2 9.8s and a 9.6. But like I said, man, 6 months was just way too long to wait for those books.
Yeah, I did the same thing, man, when I submitted last year. But I wanted to ask, like, are you going to get the J. Scott Campbell mystery box when they go on sale tomorrow? Do you get stuff on his exclusive website store there?
Yeah, it's usually sometimes. I usually wait. Like I actually just recently picked up some books off of his website that I'll be premiering on my next variant spotlight video for the 3 Minute Basement channel. Some books I just completely miss out. I actually was able to pick up the Captain Marvel 1. Not the ones that were on sale directly through him. I did pick up the convention version that is going to be signed by him and Sabine Rich. That's actually in CGC right now. So
nice.
I'm excited for that to come back.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't do a lot of the store variants just because obviously there's some pricing involved in those, but I've been a J. Scott Campbell fan since Gen 13 back in the 90s. So I have a soft spot for J. Scott. So I will pay for
Whatever
his
happened to that cartoon?
pricing involved in those, but I've been a
God,
J. Scott Campbell fan since Gen
Where did
13.
Echo come from?
So I have a soft spot for J. Scott. So I will pay.
Whoever did it.
Sorry. I don't like the sound of my own voice.
Whatever
Just
happened to that Gen 13 cartoon?
I'll tell you what, I don't got a soft spot for Gen 13. I got a nice big hard spot.
Yeah, you do. George Perez, baby.
Look, yeah, that is a book that was very important to me in my formative years.
Starfire's Papa.
Love me some Caitlin Fairchild, some Johnny Grunge, Rainmaker. I'm trying to think of all their
I'm
names.
sorry, I'm talking about Fairchild. I don't know who that other guy is you're talking about.
Remember when they brought her back?
Never heard of him.
In New 52? Was it in New 52?
Yeah, it was in the New 52. Like for me, that was one of the biggest missed opportunities during.
Yeah,
the New
she
52.
was like wearing khakis the whole damn time.
And then they brought in I think not just Gen. They didn't bring Gen 13 back. They just brought back like just Fairchild, and like it was like the Culling or whatever. It was the Titans Superboy crossover. It was all garbage.
She was wearing like cargo pants. What the hell? Like you gonna give me Fairchild? You're gonna put her in cargo pants? Like that defeats the entire purpose of putting her in a book.
Wearing that Hillary Clinton pantsuit.
Exactly.
I don't disagree with you at all, Drew. I mean that.
But then you missed out on the opportunity of what was it, Grifter, right?
Oh, Grifter's
Grifter is like your one book they actually had.
Yeah, he was all up in that Future's End. What a piece of shit that was for 52 fucking straight weeks.
Come on, man.
I actually kind of marked out a little bit when I was reading Flashpoint.
I like that series.
I know what you just read Flashpoint this week on that issue 5. They had that big 2-page splash panel, and then you see Grifter. He's officially part of the DC universe. Like, oh my god, the Wildstorm guys, they're coming in.
Yeah.
They're going to come in hot, and then they came in as lukewarm as possible.
Well, here's the thing. The bad thing about, if you watch the animated series, you get more little Grifter scenes, or not the animated series. I mean, the animated movie DC put out about Flashpoint. So that I'd watched the cartoon first before I read the book, but I know inside the book they had a lot of tie-ins and stuff. So
yeah. I mean, he was part of that. Grifter had the
Outsiders or something, or
It was, and wasn't it? Oh my god, what is the demon that rhymes?
Etrigan,
and they had that cricket.
Yeah, the cricket. That's right. Yeah, you're naming off their team. Yeah,
and it was
Cadbury Cricket, I think his name is.
Yeah, and Lady Godiva.
Little Metamorpho girl was in there, or Element Woman,
and they had to protect Lois Lane.
Yeah. It was a good storyline. I'm so freaking glad I read that. Man, when this Cat Wren Figures chick told me, and this other guy, Tony Schiavone, told me about that DC universe, I jumped all over that, man. I love that digital. I'm freaking like addicted. Now I'm kind of pissed they took off Morrison's Animal Man run, because now I got to go fingerprint my own issues in there.
I can look every for you, Legend.
That's a question for Justin. Are you doing any digital?
Well, I mean, I have the DC Universe app, so now that they've kind of been dropping all their books on there, it's actually really good. So I've been actually catching up on obviously watching Doom Patrol. I've actually been rereading all that
Grant Morrison
late
run?
80s. Yeah, the late 80s, 90s run. I actually been rereading Aquaman New 52.
So
I
good.
told Carson last night. I said, "Oh no, I think it was Cat." I keep on. As soon as I read one of those issues, I watch the episode, and it makes me fall in love with the episode even more. Because the first couple, I didn't read it, and then I went back and started reading, and that's a very smart show. I mean, very very fun, and well put together. And I'm completely surprised.
Grant Morrison, man, there's no denying that Grant Morrison still, even to this day, even the old stuff was good, but to this day, he's still one of my favorite writers.
Yeah, I've still been digging his Green Lantern run.
His run, was it Battle for the Cow? Wasn't that him?
No, that was Tony Daniel did that.
Okay, because he was
prior to that. He started with Damien stuff. So it was 53. God, I can't remember the issue right this second.
Big shout out! He gave us the best Robin.
You know what?
Absolutely.
His Batman Robin run, where it was Dick and it was Damien, was my favorite Grant Morrison Batman.
Oh yeah,
good stuff.
Good. Hey Justin, I was going to ask you that I'm not Grant Morrison, but that New 52 man, that Aquaman, awesome. All those issues, you get the King Nereus or whatever that guy, that frozen looking king. You get the trench.
Yeah, the first 25, that were done by Jeff Johns was amazing.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite too. The Jeff Johns.
The first issue when he's sitting in there and they're like
at the diner.
Yeah, and they're like, "Do you want a cup of water?" Like, and it's every cliche they throw at him, and he just is like, you can see his expressions and his responses. Really annoying.
That I love his Aquaman run.
That story, it was so close, pretty close to the movie, without the father and the mom, stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. The trench, and then he has whatever issue 4 or 5. He's in the desert. Same thing.
He does some Black Manta action. You fight Orm at the man. It's just the great stuff. And the what was it? The Throne of Atlantis storyline, that was so good. Oh, and I've got that. That's on a animated movie now.
Ivan Rice on that early art too in that run.
But you also get the opportunity to read Aquaman and what were his little team that he had down there.
Yeah, Aquaman and the Others. That was a great freaking story. Yeah, with all the golden artifacts that belonged to Atlantis. And what a that was a good little series. That was one of those sleeper hits too.
You know what, guys? I love talking comics and all this, but it's been far too long before we give this chat some love over here. So we still got
the chat.
Caleb Comics Murphy's petitioning for his boy Alec, aka the Natural White Whale Comics, to win the hunt tonight. And then Chris Barrett says, "I'm a free-thinking person who will vote for who has the most Little Bird books." So shout out to Chris. He's been killing me in the chat all night. He's had some awesome quotes. We still got the Mastodon Comics and Collecting in the chat. We got Jesse from JLS Comics, who has a phenomenal live show every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and his edited content is awesome too. So big shout out to Jesse from JLS. He's got some great stuff on his channel going on. We still got Joe 4771. We had Comics with Bueller in the chat, saying hi to the Comic Core. What's going on, Bueller? Always happy to see you in the chat. Let's see who else we got here. We had Bubs Comics in the chat earlier. He has
Bubs,
one of my favorite live shows in the community every Monday night. The No Faces chat with DS Comics and Metarog, who's also in the chat earlier.
Plus, he had a crazy great intro the other day on Bubs Comics. Did you see that?
No, I haven't had a chance to watch that yet. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Bubs Comics is full life, man, along with Metarog and a lot of some of those Golden Age guys always show up to that show.
Robert Galvin, and then we got the Nola nerd. What's going on, man? And then Robert Galvin, he wants me to give him one tonight. I'll give him one. I don't have one to show, but you know me, I love me some of those newsstands.
There it is. I love
it. So there you go. But Legend, me and you, we wanted to spend a little bit of time tonight talking about we didn't really get a chance to cover the finales of the Arrowverse last week. So Legend, I got a chance to watch most of them. You've been talking up. What were your thoughts on the finales of Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow? And what are you looking forward forward to next October because they got. It looks like they got killer stuff lined up.
I'm my top three because I don't watch Supergirl except for the crossovers. Black Lightning, I've got to rewatch because we missed some episodes, so I'm going to binge watch that. And but let me say, I'm pumped. I'm super excited for Batgirl. Ruby Rose, I think she's going to do a phenomenal job. Awesome fighter. She kicks ass. She was awesome in the John Wick 2. And man, she just looks like the character. So totally pumped. And but the three I want to talk about, Legends of Tomorrow. Very, very interesting. It came full circle. I thought it was really good. I loved having old Biff Tannen on there. That was so cool. Old Tom Wilson. That was a great, just time travel show. Have Biff on there. That's great. He had a great role. I liked Steele on the show, but him and Zari or whatever, that thing was kind of weird because it did the whole time travel thing. So I don't know, will we see Zari again, or is she off? Is the brother going to be on there now for good? So that was kind of one of those Flashpoint style, when you alter the timeline. And if you're not on, like a ship or in the Speed Force or whatever, then, you're going to forget the memories, just like Flashpoint. So I loved all that kind of stuff. That's great. So that ended well. But then let's talk the two that brought me to tears, The Flash and Arrow. Man, I don't know which one. I think the Arrow one was predictable. As far as excess, spoilers, people, if you haven't seen it, but excess and, at the last moment where the whole family, they were hugging, and then, you had that timeline alteration. So that was pretty sad, but I kind of saw that one coming. But the whole thing with the Monitor, like when finally, they got, they're out, they moved to that smaller house, the one where Felicity eventually raises her daughter, in and everything, but they make it to that house and shit, not like 2 weeks after the last event, Monitor comes a calling, so I got, but then at the 49 part of the storyline, you see the Monitor come back, get Felicity and take her to what would be, I guess, back to Oliver. So I guess, I don't know if it's like a heaven place or another Earth that's safer where they can live, like say after the crisis thing happens, because you never know with the Monitor. He's kind of like Phantom Stranger or those kind of characters, like traverse time and and all that kind of stuff, phasing in, phasing out of realities. So man, I'm pumped up. Carson, what did you think? Or do you do Supergirl? Are you excited? What's going on, man?
Well, Crisis Event and Infinite Earths is my all-time favorite read, so I couldn't be more excited about the crossovers next year. And it looks like, at least on the Arrow front, they're going to use Arrow to build this crossover up for the entire rest of its run. So I think that's a phenomenal idea. Crisis definitely deserves that type of build-up, besides just throwing it in the name. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what the hell is Arrow going to be like next year if the Monitor's already recruited him. And then, we already seen the results of what happens in the future with Felicity and that stuff. So I'm curious to see if it's just going to be like Oliver Queen and Monitor hopping around multiple universes until it's time for the November crossover with everyone else, or what's going on.
I thought,
wait.
I thought Arrow got canceled. Did they pull the Mark Henry gimmick?
Doing a final season that only runs through the end of this year. So when they come back, it's going to
I believe it's only, I think it's only 8 episodes, right?
It's only 8 episodes.
Okay.
So basically,
and this just in, I don't know if you guys knew this, but the guys that wrote Game of Thrones have taken over the writing duties of Arrow. So it's going to suck.
It's not a funny joke.
Nah,
so you mean it's going to be awesome except for Sansa?
He's kidding, man. It's all about that Greg. It's that Greg Berlanti and a little Jeff Johns on the side.
They do some good stuff. Jeff Johns. They
Arrow riding in on a dragon. See, that's where Drogon went. He had to go help Arrow.
Lazy. But anyway,
I'm a mark for Riverdale. I do love the Riverdale.
I still need to watch the Riverdale finale, man.
Daenerys, you have failed the city.
So now we're going to do a complete spoiler for Birthright. No, I'm just joking.
But I thought I thought Flash for me was kind of the weakest of the 3 finales I got a chance to watch last week. I enjoyed the Exodus storyline with Reverse Flash, but I didn't really buy the whole Cisco wanting to depower himself because he's been like the number fun. I know the actor kind of wants to take a break or whatever from the character, and they're writing him out a little bit. But of all characters, Cisco to want to not have powers anymore and all that stuff, no, absolutely not. Like he's been like the #1 fan of superheroes and stuff since season 1. Like I understand, character development and stuff, but come on, it's Cisco. Like you give him a better.
Great underrated storyline for Cisco was the Justice League of America's Vibe from the New 52. That was a kick-ass storyline. I think it was about 12 issues, but if you got the DC universe, that's a good one to read right there.
But I think at least early on next season, I think, to use a wrestling term, I guess, I think my boy Ralph Dibny is going to get a good push.
Good. Yeah.
Hold up a folder basically with Sue Dibney's maiden name on it. Ooh. So hopefully we'll get us some Sue Dibney next year. Because my theory the whole time, and they're making Ralph Dibny kind of a scumbag character. He was never a scumbag in the comics. He's one of the best detectives, obviously. And with this last season, he's even what's his name, the fake whatever. Yeah, the Sherlock.
Sherlock,
however you're supposed to pronounce it.
Sherlock Wells.
He finally admitted at the end of the season, like, you got the best detective right there. He pointed right to Ralph Dibny. So I thought that was awesome that, Dibny, he's coming along as a PI.
Oh, yeah. It's a great
story. And then,
right
he's finally going to meet Sue, and he's going to become a man, basically. He's going to stop being a scumbag. He's going to become, he's going to love Sue Dibny, and they're going to have great stuff together, hopefully. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Crisis stuff. And in Legends of Tomorrow, it's a weird show to say the least. Sometimes they call us off the rails here at the Comic Core on Friday nights, which we're really the A show, obviously. But anyway,
just imagine, like you're reading the old showcase books about Rip Hunter, that kooky space time travel, just a fun show,
Yeah, but in my opinion, they're the Arrowverse off the rails. But they got so many good characters. I love me some Constantine, White Canary. And
how about Heat Wave's cool, Mick Rory?
Yeah, I wish
I love Heat Wave.
I would love it if they take Constantine, the character, and put it on DC Universe, like they did with
Matt Ryan.
That'd be a good idea. I wish those two, the relationship between the DC streaming app and the Arrowverse, I think they need to start to bring those together a little bit, and then maybe some of their shows could be involved in the Arrowverse. I think that'd be a great idea.
Kat, Kat and Justin, what are you guys watching on TV? I mean, are you watching any besides Doom Patrol? And is there anything else that you guys are watching that is comic related?
It's comic related. Okay, so as far as like a lot of the Arrowverse shows and such go, I wait until like the season comes out and then I just marathon it.
Okay.
Just because we cut ties with cable like forever ago. I'm really excited for Watchmen to come out when that comes out.
Love that story.
If we're not talking about the DC streaming service app, Justice League Action was really cute when that was coming out. I think it's on hiatus right now, or waiting until the next season right now or something, but that's really cute. Really great animated series and really, really awesome. It has a lot of little crazy characters popping up, like the Space Cabbie, such like that, that not everyone would really necessarily know, but really fun short episodes there. And other than like the big streaming services, not a lot on the comic book front.
I got a question, and I'm going to come back to it about Watchmen. But Justin, how about you?
I watch everything up on the DC service. The DC, pretty much all the DC stuff. If not, I'm watching Netflix. I actually just blew through this. I binge watched a show called Binding on Netflix. It was about some dominatrix and her gay best friend. I know that's not comic related,
I started to watch that.
It's funny.
Yeah, I mean the episodes are like 15 to 17 minutes long, and there's only 7 episodes. I literally watched it in 2 hours. So it was fun, whatever. But I watch them all the DC stuff. So
nice.
Are you looking forward to The Boys?
Not really. Not really at all. I'll tell you, it's a really good show and actually a really underrated show, Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah,
I do want to
I
check
agree.
that out.
That's-
I think Runaways was good too.
I really like Cloak and Dagger. I mean, I was never a big fan of them. In the '90s, growing up, I read them through Maximum Carnage, that storyline and some other stuff. But I definitely think that as far as a show, I mean, it's built a lot from season 1 to season 2, and it keeps me coming back every week. So,
You know what show I can't get enough of, and I've been watching it over and over again? Seinfeld.
Oh, I thought you know what? I thought you were going to say watching Baron Corbin whip your ass on WWE 2K19.
Not it on that one. Nose goes on that one, legend.
You're
Baron Corbin hasn't whooped my ass in quite some time.
I know, but Corbin's coming back.
I'm going to bring you some Samoa Joe. I'm going to break your neck.
I ain't Tyson, kid. You ain't. Come on, man. Oh, God. Well, my battery's about to die. I want to ask Justin something real quick. Justin, this doesn't have to do with the DC, but what did you think when you've been collecting for a really long time? Have you ever got into the Fantastic Four?
Maybe probably early '90s. I would say a little bit. I read them. I can't really tell you what. Like around 370-ish when they created that new Fantastic Four team. I think it was like Spider-Man, Darkhawk, Hulk, and Ghost Rider.
Yeah, that was a good one right there.
I just pulled that team out of nowhere.
That one,
I can remember that cover. That's why.
Danny Ketch and all that Ghost Rider. Well, man, that was some Art Adams, tremendous cover. Interior art. It took Art Adams a shit long time to get that book out. But man, that was awesome. I'm gonna switch to my phone, so y'all are gonna lose my cool beard and beanie, the gimmick. So,
Legend. Before you go, I want something from Very Gary Comics.
Very Gary, what is Very Gary?
Very Gary, you don't know Very Gary Comics? Serious? He's
Dude, I you know me, man. There's so many things to do. I can't watch.
He did an IG waffle through what was it? Very Gary Comics did an IG waffle through Gem Mint Collectibles, and I won.
Okay. All right, what is this? Oh, that is one of my favorite issues. The Red Ghost. Is that's Red Ghost? His first appearance. The 3 monkeys. That's a damn good grade. Holy hell,
Right?
man! Nice.
Wow.
Moon base there now. Oh, and it also is the Watcher's first appearance. I'll be right back.
That's
Jeez,
The Watcher.
save that book. Save that
Wow.
book. Never sell it. Never. Unless you're
Right?
Or you could sell it to me.
And I might make an
No,
offer down the line.
This
But
the first appearance of the Red Ghost and the Watcher.
Red Ghost is just an underrated, really fun FF character. But yeah, I mean the key of it is the Watcher. So Watcher, he's going to be around. Save that bad boy. That's phase.
And an IG waffle.
That's got Phase 4 written all over it. I'll be back on my phone in a minute.
Now we were talking earlier about the Watcher. I mean, the Watchman. Is that a prequel? Because it looks like it's set in modern time.
It's immediately after, or sometime after the events of the original Watchmen, because there's so many references to Rorschach after the
Yeah.
everything.
Apparently, he starts a cult after his shit goes viral.
I kind of want to start a cult.
Isn't that what we're doing?
I cannot wait.
It's a non-profit.
Kool-Aid.
Who was involved in law, so any crazy stuff involving
Or do.
Manhattan
Not-for-profit Kool-Aid parties.
for a while. The only character I think we've actually seen from the Watchmen is Ozymandias, played by frickin' Jeremy Irons. So that's enough. I'm immediately sold by that alone.
It looks weird enough to be interesting. It doesn't look like it's going to interest me the way the Watchmen does.
Yeah.
And
It just doesn't have a giant.
but
5 feet penis in
I
it.
tell you this much, it seems way more fucking cool than Doomsday Clock.
And you have frickin' Don Johnson.
It's taking forever to come out.
God, I hope it never finishes. I hope that it just leaves us on a cliffhanger and we never get to know how it ends.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. It comes out this Wednesday.
Is it the last issue?
No, they've got 2 more after that. It's going to come out.
No, that's fine. As long as it doesn't finish, I'm fine.
Expected finish date
And
is
you get Heroes and Crickets, Drew. You get both of your favorite books the same week.
I gotta
What are the
read that.
odds?
You know what? Heroes and Crickets is over, so I have to fucking read it. I said I would. I'm doing it.
Clock. I cannot. I'm almost looking forward to next week's show, so Drew can review Heroes and Crickets plus Doomsday Clock in the same episode.
It's going to be Drew and I arguing.
It's already my pick of the week. Is Doomsday
Heroes
Clock.
and Crickets and the Doomsday Cock. Oh my god! The same time.
I think the show would be great if you guys just read like every other page.
How about they read every page and I just sit there like a fucking Muppet? Because, oh my god, how terrible could they both be? Yeah, Gary Frank, the most pedestrian art that's ever been celebrated by the internet. It's like some retarded kid drew stick figures and everybody's like jerking them off for it. I don't understand.
Next week's gonna be a great episode. I can't wait for it.
Gary Frank, man, he used to draw some really cool stuff. He drew some Hulk stuff that was amazing. Now he's just like, here's a dude's face 12 times in a row on the same page. I'm like, okay, thanks for that.
I love Drew.
Glad that took you 4 months.
Well, guys, it is 11:22. We've got Bueller up in the rafter, ready to rock and roll.
Make sure to send everybody to Tony Sanders if we're wrapping up.
Go to watch The Hunt.
Go vote for the anti-joy equation, apparently.
My vote comes when he cashes in comics in the bank. That's my vote right there. I'm telling you right now.
So go watch Tony. Stay tuned on the Comic Core because there's going to be stuff all weekend dropping. Don't know when. There's going to be a couple of premieres. Watch Kat Wren and I on Saturday night at some point, maybe late night, doing some kind of mashup.
Yeah. He doesn't know what we're playing yet. I told him and he completely forgot. But he already agreed to it.
He still won't be able to figure out how to tag you in, though.
And then at some point, I hope to wrestle with Drew again and fight Gulak.
Hey,
Cheers,
we gotta
everyone.
get together and defeat evil.
But Justin, thank you for joining us. Everybody, thank you.
Thank you for having
Good night.
me.
Subs for everybody. Watch for the contest. We love you. Good night. God bless.
Gone too soon, Paul.
Drew, man.